my obs a bit of time to wake up, and there we go. Okay, good morning, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Dewpie Kirin. I make funny noises with my mouth as I am the server's local soundboard. And today I'll be playing in a wonderful game called Blindsight, and I have a person who is going to be playing with me, and yeah, want to introduce yourself and your character because, oh boy, this is going to be a fun one.
This is gonna be a ride! I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is KT, and I'm going to be playing Lore, my wonderful idiot. But I'm ching. Hello, and I am here with Dew, my beloved friend, who is going to be playing Oink.
Well, I'm going to be playing a few different things.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I want to say just a quick reminder: please mind the tags in this. Despite the title cards, this is gonna get a little heavy in some places in terms of the angst. So,
Probably a lot heavy.
yourselves. Yeah. Take care of yourselves.
Apologies for the deceptive title card. I like deceptively cute things, just like
Yes.
myself.
Much like Katie,
Yes.
much like many of the people on this server who are just wonderful, darling people, and then they show me something like, look, it's like holding up a 5-year-old's drawing and it's just a horror bath.
Is like, who's that
Um,
person standing next to us, sweetie? Oh, that's the monster in the basement.
Look, kids can have monsters in their basement, it's fine.
It's fine.
Monsters are fine with children, usually.
It's just
Anyway, before we start,
yeah.
hey,
Ah,
so I guess you're gonna be the one starting this.
yes, yes,
Uh,
I am.
hey, hey, KT.
Yes. Hmm.
Where's Law?
Where's
And
Lore?
how's it going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Lore's been hanging out in the woods a lot, mainly because first off, he likes nature. Second off, that's kind of where he ends up a lot. He's been trying to find his way back to Billstown to say hi to me. Um, he'll figure it out eventually.
Eventually. This happens to him, okay? He gets lost.
Yeah, look,
It's one of his defining traits at this point.
it is a defining trait at this point since game one. Okay, but essentially what happens is he decides to step out for like 2 seconds and immediately gets lost. So here we are. Don't worry, he has camping gear. So he's just chilling out in his tent. I'm assuming he's sleeping. Ooh.
I would assume so. We can roll a con save to see how long it takes for him to fall asleep.
Oh, I can. I would love to do that. I wiggle. I love rolling dice. It's a problem.
I have a fixation on dice rolling. It's the clickety clacks. I can't stop myself, Doctor.
I just like to know what numbers show up. I can't read them,
Just
but
like
it's
the
fun.
numbers.
I just like the numbers. I'm looking for my con. Sorry. Okay, wait.
You're good, man.
That's a D203 if I don't add the plus. There we go. That's an 11. It doesn't take long. He's tired.
Mm. He's been wandering around for almost the whole day, and he's frustrated because he wants to get back.
The best part
I
is
mean,
just the tired frustration, not even the angry
mm,
frustration.
that I just want to sleep in a bed and not in a tent. Once I want to go back to Minami's. I want to sleep in my bed, in a bed, please.
He doesn't.
Um,
Oh gosh, I wiggle. Yes.
yeah, a bit put upon. Yeah, he goes to sleep. Do you want to describe what his routine would be?
Yeah, so his routine is usually setting up his camp. He's got a pretty good pop tent. What are they called? My family has one. It's where it's a main central beam. It's really tall because he's tall. He has a cot inside of it, so it's not completely uncomfortable. His bag is bigger on the inside. Don't worry about it. Um, uh, he gets ready for bed. He has a little camp shower, takes one, gets all tucked in, writes in his journal things have happened, draws some drawings, um, sets out his bag next to him, and just goes to bed.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
You go to bed and you go to sleep, and I believe what tends to happen when you go to sleep, it's just as you close your eyes and just as you drift off into slumber. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Your eyes glow just a little bit behind the lids.
Yes, they do. He doesn't know this, but they do.
Glow. They glow a little purple. And hey, Law. Um,
Mm-hmm. Present.
you wake up. Wake up. And you're not in your tent anymore.
He just
You
sighs.
yeah. You wanna roll a perception, buddy?
Oh, definitely. Hey, bud, what's your perception? Oh, wait, I know. It's not as good as Sasha's. It's. Oh, wait, hey, that was actually pretty decent. That's a 15.
Wake up, and you know you're immediately not in your tent,
Mm-hmm.
and you know you fell asleep.
Mm.
You know you're probably dreaming, or well, it tends to be potentially a nightmare. But you wake up and you look around, and you're in a forest. Trees are tall, very, very tall. So tall you can't see the sky above you. You see branches and thickets, and there's a slight bit of fog in the distance. You can't make out what's past it, but the grass underneath you is slightly damp. All along your back, you're just ever so slightly damp. And there's fog in the air, and you try to pick up any sounds, and there's nothing. Not even the stirring of like a fox in the underbrush, or an owl, or nightlife in the trees. There's just quiet.
Oh, fun. Uh, oh gosh. Um, yeah, no, first thing he's gonna do is look down at his hands.
Down at your hands.
Mm-hmm.
You're you. Look at
Well,
your hands. That's
th-
you.
that's different.
Hmm?
That's suspicious to him immediately. Um, hmm.
Yeah. You're you still. You're still in what you not in what you slept in. You're in your usual flowery shirt and your hat and your shorts and your sandals. You're in what
Mm-hmm.
you usually wear. You're out
Normal.
and about.
Yeah, he's gonna take a couple tentative steps forward, trying to be on
You
guard.
take some steps forward, and as you do, you hear a
Oh, fun. He looks down.
stepped on a twig that you didn't notice before.
Oh gosh. He freezes.
And as you freeze, you realize not only do you freeze physically, the air around you gets a little bit colder, just a tad, and it feels like the fog that was just the fog was further away, wasn't it?
Maybe not. He looks around. This is not. He's bracing.
Interesting. And hey Lord, do you take another look around, or are you just frozen right now?
I think he closes his eyes and
You
then
close your
opens them
eyes.
slowly because he's just bracing for what he's pretty sure is gonna happen, which is not a good thing.
You open your eyes, and the fog has come closer. You can't see past the first ring of trees now. It's just fog.
Cool. He takes a deep breath.
Hmm.
And usually, when there's moments like this in a dream, he sings a particular song because it usually takes the amount of a song for the next shitty thing to happen.
Hmm.
And, yeah, he just kind of waits. I can sing it, but I can save that for later.
I mean, what I can say is, does Lord begin to try to sing this song?
He would try, yeah.
You open your mouth, take a deep breath, and you feel something come in. Feel something come into you. You feel like you're breathing in the fog. Feel something cold come into you. Cold but light, bright. And breathing in, you can't stop breathing in. Can't stop taking a breath in as the fog seems to seep past your skin, into your skin, down your throat. You're taking such a deep breath in that you just stand up on your tiptoes. You have to tip back because there's so much fog. And as you tip your head back, you see a figure outlined in silver, and white, and it's glowing and it's coming towards you. And vision whites out. And then wake up again. In fact, you wake up, start on a table, a wooden table, one you'd find in a cafe, and a rickety little chair with one of those tiny little strap-on cushions on the bottom, and a counter just a little bit in front of you with a person made of wood standing behind it, just counting change.
Something with what a what? Sorry, you cut out just a bit.
That's okay. Um, there's a counter a little bit in front of you, and there is a person made of wood, seemingly counting out some change, some money, behind the counter.
Hmm. Lore sits up,
Mm.
slides off where he is,
Mm.
looks around and approaches the figure.
Well, interesting thing is as you approach the figure, you notice they're taller than you. As you come up, and they slowly look over down at you, Law, and they reach underneath the table, pull out a teapot, some tea, begin to pour a cup of tea, and pass it over to you.
Hmm. Lore reaches out his hands and takes it.
The person nods and says, "Yes, you. I guess there's no luck in finding her then."
Lore tilts his head and looks around again.
You can all have a perception if you'd like.
Cool. He's like, are they talking to me? Or think they're talking to me?
Maybe all looking directly at you.
Yes, he's double checking because he's been wrong before. That's a 12.
There's no one else here.
Cool.
There's chairs and tables, and there seems to be a poster board at the back of the room with some things pinned on it, but other than that, just you.
Okay, he sighs. Who am I looking for exactly?
This person looks at you, slowly begins to take the money off of the table and put it into a small pouch on the side of their breeches. They seem to be wearing like breeches and some kind of skirt over it, and a blouse and a cardigan of some sort. They put this aside. Well, from last that we knew, we're searching for my niece, Miss Blind. Tell me that you found nothing already.
Hmm. There's just like at the name of the last name Blind, he freezes and very quietly says, "Shit."
Person just looks back at you and raises their brow. And then I knew it was a long shot trying to ask you to do such a thing, and I understand that a favor is a favor, and you can't guarantee anything, but she's been gone too long, Miss Blind. I he promised that she'd come back fit as a fiddle. He he fix her up, make her fine again, but he she ain't come home. It's been months, and she ain't come home yet, and I don't. He said he sent her back on the same train with a ticket. That she left with no problems, but I ain't seen her since, and I don't and you see this person just slowly slump over the counter, hang their hands and fingers interlocking as the person slowly sinks their head against their hands, slumped against the front of the counter. And they take a deep, shuddering breath. I just. I know. I know this ain't none of your business. Please. I can't find her, and I need to know where she is. I don't know where she's gone. I need to know she's okay.
Oh gosh. Laura's just processing that. This is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, no, I am having a good time. Laura's not. Um, hmm. Oh gosh, I'm gonna roll a thing really quick.
For it.
Oh yeah, no, he is shaken up. Because this is very similar to words he is familiar with, feeling specifically about his dad, his biological father specifically. He has a lot of parents. Don't worry about it.
Mm.
But he's going to reach forward and be like, oh shit, okay, shit, this isn't my dream. I'll try, okay?
And you just hear it. I know I know you've been trying, Miss Blind, but there's only so much, and an old woman like me can. There's only so much I can worry about this before I gotta just. I just gotta. And you can see this woman of wood, just slowly lean back, and there are orange tears dripping down her wooden face, very slowly trickling, kind of not like water, but kind of like amber as they drip. Sighs and says, I I know you tried your best. I understand that you tried your best, and I can't ask no more for you than you've already offered. I thank you for trying. Anyhow, and she reaches out, and Law, you notice she reaches out and she pats arm, and your arm isn't freckled. Your arm is covered in a cloak of some sort, and you're wearing brown leather gloves, old worn leather gloves. And this person sighs and says, I can't ask no more for you than you've already given me. Oh, it's all right. It's all right, Miss Blind. Don't worry. I'll find a way. I'll I'll find a way. To, I'll find a way to get that bastard to talk. I swear. And as she says this, is solidified on her face. She leans up with a very grim, determined look in her eye. You get a horrible feeling.
Okay, I get a horrible feeling. Did you say anything after that?
No,
Okay,
you get a horrible feeling, but
cool.
less so. It's less so affected at you, but more so it's the feeling of you can tell someone is going to make a decision that you may come to regret. You know you can't stop them.
Laura's panicking. Oh, he's familiar with that look. Shit. Um, he's also panicking about the whole, he's pretty sure he knows what he's dreaming about and he doesn't like it. Um, he doesn't know the situation, but he's like, I think I know who I am in this dream and I don't feel great about that. Um, he's taking a deep breath and he's trying to remain calm and he reaches out and he tries to hold the person's hand and he's like, Let me keep trying before you do anything, okay? Let me keep trying, okay?
And this woman smiles at you and pats your hand with her other hand and takes it off, puts it on the table. Law, as you do this, your surroundings start to develop white, tiny, almost insignificant white cracks seem to start to form in the wood around you of the whole shop. The chairs, the tables, the counter, things starts to form tiny white cracks. This woman nods, says, "You've done enough for me, Miss Blind. You've gone far and beyond what I should have asked you. Don't thank you for your concern. Thank you for doing your best, but this ain't something that you can deal with. I think I think this is going to take a little more of a personal touch." And as this person says this, white cracks start to grow. And they start to grow from this person. They start to form white cracks all along their form. All they have they have texture and skin, um, wood. So all the wood rivets, all like the naturally grown wooden rivets and such, they start to light up white. They start to crack. They start to crackle. And your vision starts to white out from the edges as you look at this person in the eyes. And you see that their eyes, which were a dark brown, slightly amber from the tears they'd leaked, you see they seem to be slightly white around the edges too. And before you can say anything else, you fade out. And oh, you're back in the woods. Back in the clearing. You're back in the forest. Fog has receded. But you are back in the forest.
Really quick, Lore is going to try to remember the color orange. In his dreams, for whatever reason, he can understand what color is. I mean, he had it for 6 years, but when he wakes up, he can't remember what it's like. So he very quickly is like, citrus, oranges. Trying to remember what that is. And looks around. Does he see anything in the woods? I can roll perception.
Oh, yes, please.
It's a nat one. He's too busy.
Well, I think I know why you rolled a nat one. You look around the woods, and the fog has receded. It's not as foggy as it was before. You don't see anything new. There doesn't seem to be anything new around here. But I will say, Law, as you turn and look around, you hear a noise from above you.
Cool. He looks up. He's definitely panicked.
Look up, and you're blinded by a white light as something swoops down, and take a deep breath again. Something is breathing. Your lungs expand, and something is sinking into you. Something is sinking into your lungs. Something is filling you up. Something is filling you up, and your vision starts to white out once more. And before you go, as the rest of whatever this is sinks into you, you look up and you glimpse something else. Right, just a glimpse between the gaps of the leaves between these tall, dark trees. Just before you white out.
What did they glimpse?
Just a glimpse of white. Something white above the trees.
Oh, fine.
Let's see. Oh, this would be a fun one. Okay. And you You wake up and you are. Oh, hmm. How do I describe this? Give me a moment. I'm trying to think how to describe
Oh
this.
yeah, no problem. Take your time.
Um, ah, this is how I describe it. Okay. You wake up and you're you're in you're in the woods, but you're not in the same woods. In the same woods at all. Before we're tall and dark and kind of towering. This is light. Um, Light streams through these trees very easily. There are noises. You can hear stream running somewhere. You can see butterflies flitting between the bushes. You can see rabbit tracks, fox tracks. Yeah, this is much brighter. The other places before.
Oh gosh.
Hmm?
Lars just like, oh, he is afraid to move. Um, oh
I will say it's a
gosh.
very pleasant kind of day. Like it's neither too warm, too hot. Like this is so far. It seems to be very kind of day.
Um, ooh, okay, he's gonna walk towards what he hears to be the stream because he likes water and he's hoping that maybe that isn't as nightmarish.
Hmm? Okay, towards the stream. I won't make you roll anything here. Because for some reason it's very easy for you to find this. Usually you struggle, but you do this almost subconsciously, almost absent-mindedly, and you head towards the stream. And it's just a little babbling brook, a very slight little bank going down into it. The water is very clear. See, it's been flowing from like an underground spring of some sort, like a hole in the ground that disappears further into the woods and then further down to somewhere you can't see. Some brush and scrub. Yeah, there's a little creek, and it's just you. There's no other creatures, no other animals. You can hear them. This place is all to yourself.
Oh gosh, okay. He takes a deep breath
Hmm?
and he's glad that he doesn't have that over taking a breath feeling. That's not a great feeling. And he
Hmm?
crouches down and he's gonna put his hand in the water.
Okay. Look down, Law, and that's your face. Uh, you again. You're still you. You look down.
He's confused
Hmm?
and looks at his hand. It's freckled. It's darker.
Yep.
He still puts his hand in the water. Does it feel like actual water?
It feels cool and refreshing, and yeah, it feels like water. It feels like you look at it and it feels yeah, it feels like water, and it looks fresh and clean and pure and just. I mean, if you want, you can roll me a whiz save because dang, you do feel a little dry in the mouth.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I will roll a whiz save, but I already know that he's going to drink it
Huh?
and also splash it on his face.
Huh?
Yeah, that's a 14. Yeah, he's gonna do that. He kind of cups the water, splashes it on his face, and then cups it again and takes a sip.
Okay. Do you take your sip? Oh, this is good water. This is clean, crisp, fresh water. You've not don't know whatever you've drunken before, whatever drink you have ingested before, swallowed before, it's nothing compared to this water. This water is crisp and clean and lovely and light. And perhaps you go down for another drink?
Oh, definitely.
You go down for another drink, but Law, you go down to cup your hands and you look at the water and what's that looking back at you? because this who who's looking back at you, Law? You don't recognize that person at all. Well, for many reasons actually. Let me just grab something quickly. I won't put it in the gallery, but Law, your eyes are white, and your hair is different, and you've got piercings. You think some parts of you are pierced with, like, why you don't have piercings, and why is your skin? You don't have freckles. Why? What's on your skin? What what are these words on your skin, Law? What? This isn't you. This isn't you at all.
Yeah, no, he's straight up panicking. Yeah, no, he looks closely, and when he touches his face, he can feel what he sees in the reflection, and his breaths are no longer deep; they're shallow. And he closes his eyes and he tries to think clearly.
Try to think of who you are, and your name is Lauren. Your name is Lauren. Lauren Parath. That's who you are, right? Lauren Parath. That's you. You are Lauren Parath. Yes. But open your eyes again.
Yeah, he opens his eyes again.
Open your eyes again. You look back at the water.
Yeah, he looks back in the water.
Look back in the water, and good news is you don't look like that anymore. Looking back at you, person looking back at you, you can't be. You see an elf, a wood elf with dark skin, yours, and green eyes and red hair, and then you see. Then you see a fire genasi with black hair and slightly brown eyes and weird red marks on their face, and you see an orc with light green skin and black eyes and the tiniest of tusks and piercings, and you see so many different faces, or and none of them are yours. None of these people are you. None of these people are you. Who are they, Law? Who are you? You wanna roll me a whiz save again?
Yeah, definitely. Oh gosh. Laura does not have a good wit save. It's just a d20. That's a 15. That's
You're doing alright. It's a
not
15.
horrible. He's seeing all these faces and he's doing his best to remember who he is, but in this moment, it doesn't feel. It feels normal to not know.
Mm. And I suppose it's a 15 also because you hear another voice somewhere near you. You hear it say, I am me, I am me. This is my face. They are not me. They are not me. This is me. I am me. They are not me. I am me. I am a wife. I am a mother. I am a wife. I am a mother. They are not me. They are not me. They cannot have me. And you hear this voice chant over and over again. And the water keeps rippling.
He is going to try to turn to where the voice is.
And you see a hooded figure. The hood is facing down. You cannot see their face.
He's going to run over to them. And does this person want to roll a perception?
Oh, that would be a good idea.
Yeah, they see a very tall figure crouched down. And They seem vaguely familiar, but instead of freckles, there's words on their skin. And the purple eyes, they're very pale, but it kind of looks like warm.
Mm. I need to roll something. Where is it? There it is. Oh, that's a straight D20. Lovely.
Yeah, there are no piercings like there were before. It's kind of like a half and half.
Okay. This person reaches underneath their cloak and they pull out dagger. They hold it. Don't hold it towards you, but they hold it tight. And this dagger is old. Well, not worn. It's you can tell it's old, but you can't tell what it's made of. You know that it's a knife. You can't tell what it's made of, and you still can't see this person's face. And the water near them ripples. They look at you and say, "Why are you? Why are you here? Why are you here? What? You should not. I do not know you. You're no. You are not one of the. You no. You are not one of the. I shall not be one of your faces. I will not be. I will not be one of your faces."
Oh gosh. Lord crouches down and he's like, I don't think I'm going to be one of your faces, but you might be one of mine.
Uh, do you roll an insight, please?
Mm-hmm. Woo! That's a 12.
Their knife tighten and they tense up, and you still can't see underneath their hood. Their hood is facing away from you. It's a dark, deep, shadowed hood. You can see nothing. Um, you can tell that way they're trying to shuffle their hood away from you. They're either trying to keep their face away from you, potentially.
Laura's going to take a deep breath and sigh. This is different. He's going to sit down completely and cross his legs and just kind of look down. Keep his hands visible, and he just looks down for a bit, trying to think of what's going on.
Look into the river.
Yeah, he does.
Look into the river, and it's you. It's Lauren Parriff. Freckles back. So is your hair back to normal. No more piercings. Normal hat. Your normal shirt. You again.
He takes a deep breath and sighs in some kind of relief and just kind of holds his head. He hopes he wakes up soon.
You also hear a very quiet muttering coming from next to you from this individual, and they seem to have turned their attention back to the water, and their grip on their knife is still tight. As they keep repeating, "You are not my face. None of you are my faces. This is my face. This is my face. You cannot. I wear many. You are not my face. None of you are my face. I know my face. I know my name. I know I am a wife. I am a mother. I am not your face. You are not my face. I am not you. I will not be one of yours." You just hear that repeated, another small nonsensical words over and over again.
I have something for you.
Uh-huh.
Can this person roll perception again?
Absolutely.
Mm.
That's an 8.
They can.
They're a little distracted at the moment.
This is going to keep going on, so they can roll one more time.
Watch me get a nat 1, I dare you.
Ooh,
19.
They're distracted for a while, and then they notice an echo to the words they're saying, and they look over, and it looks like Lorem is repeating what you're saying, but when you go to say, "I am a wife, I am a mother," he's saying, "I am a son, I am a brother."
Oh gosh. The minute this person realizes that Lorem is doing this, they stop. They go dead quiet. And
He's kind of curling in on himself.
mm, gosh, man, let me roll something. One of these. How are you, what are you gonna do here, bud? What are you gonna do? Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna do. A hand reaches out, not the one with the knife grip loosens, and a hand reaches out and pauses, and just lowers their hand down, and then picks up a pebble, leans back over the river, holds it out, and drops it into the river.
Oh gosh, yeah. Lord just kind of takes a shuddering breath and looks up to see this happen, and he's just he's just watching. And the purple eyes he has that were glowing brighter than they should be kind of start to dim a little, but they're still glowing.
Person looks down, the ripples echoing out from where they dropped the pebble. They pick one up, look it over, seemingly look it over from beneath their hood. They hold it out to you, Lorem.
He eventually opens up his hand to receive it.
Yeah, give it over to you. And then they look back down. They pick up another pebble. They hold it over the river. They don't drop it.
Lord mimics what they're doing and just looks back at them confused.
You see the hood tilt towards you. Then you see them tilt their hand to the side. And slowly, from the bottom of their grip, they start to let the rock slip. Still looking in your direction.
Lord follows suit. He's mimicking what they do.
And I won't make a roll for this, but most no, exactly in sync in the way that things can be in dreams. Both rocks hit the water at the same time with a swoosh. Ripples ripple out and overlap, and the brook keeps running as the ripples echo through the stream. And Law, you look at the water. Um, you look at this person.
Uh, I think at this point he's looking at the water.
Okay. You look down at the water, and your reflection with the ripples goes a bit blurred for a bit. Then it comes back, and Law, you look at yourself, and someone is looking back. Green eyes and red hair, pointed ears, and slightly dark skin. Hood just barely tossed over their features.
He studies the face. He looks at the red hair and in the back of his head. Um, he remembers what Minami said that red was. And he's like, spicy. Peppers. And when he sees green, he tries to remember what other people have told him about green.
You hear a. Okay. You hear a. From next to you.
Lloyd looks up, kind of startled to see what that is.
Look up. You turn towards the hooded figure. They turn to look back at you, and you still can't see past the hood. They do reach their hands up and grasp each side of the hood, and with a sudden tug, they fling it back. And Law, roll me. Let's see. Roll me another whiz save.
That's a 10.
Look back. That's your face. That's Law's face. That's Law. That's Law. But that's not Law because Law doesn't have white eyes, and Law doesn't have white ears. Law doesn't have antlers. Law doesn't look like that. You don't shine like that. You're not bright white like that. And Law, in the corners of your eyes, you see Jin starting to talk out again. You still hear that. That breathy laugh, almost a sob of a laugh from this figure.
He goes to speak, but he doesn't know what to say. Um, he kind of reaches out a hand and tries to ask, are you, are you okay?
And you hear a voice reply, "We are, we are," and fade out. Hand fades to white, your sleeves fade to white, your arm fades to white, and you slump to the side. But swallowed by the brook. Didn't think it was this deep. It is. You hit the water and it feels like you've fallen from. Feels like you've fallen off a cliff. It feels like something has driven you off a cliff and you have fallen and the sploosh you land in the river, the brook. Could you roll me a strength save, please?
Yeah, hopefully he rolls okay, considering this is the one skill he has. That's an 18.
Dang, 18. You are knocked underwater and you don't know how you're this deep down. You don't know how you got this deep down. You could see the brook from above. Like, it wasn't deep. It was super shallow. It barely comes over your ankles, but tip in and you're going deep. You're falling deep and you're falling deeper and deeper and it's getting darker and the light above you is getting dimmer. But you can still see in clear, sharp relief outline of antlers and ears and that white face staring down at you. You know which way is up. You can swim up.
He's,
So I
yeah,
guess you do.
he swims up very quickly and tries to reach out towards the figure, seeing if they maybe will grab his hand or something, help him out.
It's funny you should say that because figure does reach back. It reaches back out. It does not reach the water's surface, but it does reach out for you.
If he can, he's gonna grab their hand.
Grab their hand. You hear a voice in your ears saying, I, I win. And you feel a deep, visceral fear all throughout you, and you feel like you have made a grave mistake.
His eyes go wide.
And this figure grabs you and seems to try and pull you out.
Oh gosh, I gotta roll. Yeah, no, he's too scared and shocked to fight back.
Well, scared and you're shocked and you can't fight. Your red hair is flowing behind you, and you try to bat at this hand that's grabbed yours, at using not your face but is your face but is white and doesn't look like your face, and trying to pull you're trying to pull your hand away, and it's grabbed your left hand and it's grabbed your left hand and you can't get it off, and for as you reach the surface and take your last deep breath, you fall back down into soft grass. And
Oh gosh.
back in the woods.
Lord does not try to get up, and he just curls his fingers around the grass bleh, and tries to breathe. And
Grass is wet. I will say you're not wet though. Weren't wet. Despite the fact that you're laying in damp grass, and despite the fact that you seemingly come just out of a deep brook, not wet. Just smells very clean and kind of like morning, or the impression of morning as you get in dreams.
he curls his hands around the grass and closes his eyes and tries to sing that song again, hoping that maybe he'll wake up soon. Try to remember who he is. He hates these dreams. He just wants to stay Lorem.
You close your eyes, Lauren. And how long are you stay there with your eyes shut?
As long as he can.
Well, been there for quite a while then. Nothing happens again. It's still the same wood, the dark, tall wood from before. The fog has gone. And I will say, you keep your eyes shut, but you do feel something getting lighter around you.
He tries to shut his eyes tighter.
It gets brighter. It gets so much brighter. It's not bright like daylight, but it's softer than that, but it's making itself known. It's very difficult to ignore, though.
His eyes open. Because part of him just can't help but want to know what it is.
Open your eyes, and the whole little clearing that you've been in is, is well, it's lit up by small little flowers. Little white flowers. No. Well, in nature if you want. If you know what they are.
Let's see, what is your nature, my boy? Oh, not horrible. Okay. That's a 7.
Those are flowers. Also with the 7 though. You don't recognise all of them. There's only 2. You don't recognise what one of them is. But you definitely recognise at least one rose. A white rose among them. The flowers you don't know what they are, but they seem to be glowing. The thing is, the glow is coming from the flowers, but it's also coming from above.
He can't help but want to walk towards that rose and touch it.
You touch the rose and touch the rose, and it's just a rose. It's a very beautiful white rose.
Is it the
Drops of
kind?
dew on it.
Is it the kind with many petals, or is it the kind you find in the wild?
It's a wild one.
He
Everything here is wild.
squints his eyes at
Go.
that. Yeah, he hasn't seen one of those wild roses in Einquell yet.
What do you do? Because, man, there's a whole lot of options you got here. You're surrounded by white flowers, putting out light, but they're not the only source of light.
He. Hmm. I gotta double check a thing.
For it.
Yeah. He reaches for the stem and sees if it has
Mhm.
thorns.
It does. Because wildflowers do tend to have thorns. It wouldn't be wild if it couldn't protect itself. In some manner.
Mm-hmm. He lets. He presses his finger against it and sees if it hurts.
Press it against your finger, and it's weird. You can feel that if you are squeezing on one of the needle thorn parts, you can feel it very easily just through your finger. You can feel that you're bleeding. It's kind of distant. It's you know you're in pain. You know that this hurts. You can kind of slightly feel it in the back of your head, but it's also numb.
Mm-hmm. He pulls back his finger and the wound is already closed.
Actually, um, yeah, okay, yeah, the wound is already closed. Yes.
So, kind of rubs his fingers together, sighs, and decides to look up.
You look up and roll me a level with save, please.
Will do. That's a 14.
14, okay. Or you look up and the gathering of leaves overhead, the tall towering trees that grew in thick branches and overlapping leaves, seems to have disappeared, or at least coiled back, curled themselves back, and formed a sort of cushiony little overhang. The light of the full moon come down and graze you, and you look up, and full moon stares back down at you. There's something a little odd about it. Because it is a full moon, but there's a strange dark shadow on it.
He quickly looks around, and I will say, for
Mm.
flavor, uh, he looks to one of the trees, and there's a web covered in dew.
Mm.
And he takes a deep breath, and he remembers, no, he's Lawyer. He's Lorem. He's Lorem. And he sighs, feels a little bit comforted, and looks back up.
Look back up, and it's no longer a full moon. There is a dark cut of a crescent sliced out of it. And it seems a little bigger than it was before. The light seems a little brighter too.
He kind of steels himself, and he isn't afraid anymore. He keeps watching it. And
Watching it,
as he watches
you
it, he kind of tenses, like he's ready to fight something. He doesn't want to fight it, but he's trying to be more on guard than he was.
okay? Perception.
Yep. Oh gosh, Lord. That's a 5.
Oh, buddy.
He's trying.
You are trying. But the thing is, Law, you're looking up. You're tense. You're expecting something coming from this moon, and nothing happens. The moon does nothing. This crescent moon does nothing. It's because you're looking in the wrong direction, Law. Danger is not ahead. The danger is not above. There is no danger here. Not really. Not quite. It kind of... It, it's a little too late for you to react before you feel something nudge your arm.
He quickly turns and tries to see what it is and kind of grabs for it.
You see a strange glowing outline with pointed ears, antlers, and and a pointed face. Long legs, 4 long legs, and a round body and a flicking little tail. And you feel something jump into you. Come through your hand, through your arm, into you.
He kind of
Your vision starts to...
Yeah, he curls in on himself and kind of falls to his knees and tries to look to where it went. He doesn't. What does he see? Does he see anything?
Funny, you're on your knees, you fall to your hands and knees, and if you're looking around, you see white forming at the edges. You see the flowers are even more white, little spots of white in your vision now. There's no fog, but it is getting brighter. And if you look down at your hands, Law, your hands have an outline of white. You see your skin freckled with white. See those freckles start to glow too. You see that outline start to get shimmery and silvery and again, still white. And the edges of your vision start to fade out.
He tries to look around before his vision completely goes.
Look around and you look around and you look at a tree, Law. You look into a hollow in this tree, Law, and there are white eyes, no pupils, staring back at you. Or you white out.
They're looking at him, you said?
Yeah.
He tries to get up and run towards them.
Try to get up, but your legs feel weird. If you don't feel right, then you stumble. You try to get up. You can roll a dex check if you'd like.
Yeah, he's going to try. What is your dex, my boy? Would it be a dex save? I guess it doesn't matter. It's the same modifier.
The roll. The roll. It's fine.
That's a 7. Oh, Lorem.
Oh, are you reaching out, buddy? Are you trying to reach out for this thing?
Yeah, he's trying to reach out for it. He wants to know what it is.
Try to reach out, Law. There's a reason you can't walk properly because you need to use all of your legs. And you reach out with your front leg. No, wait, that's an arm. No, that's a leg. That's a leg. That's a white leg. Your leg is white. You're standing on all fours and you're reaching out with your leg and you tumble and you trip and you fumble to the ground. And the white eyes in the hollow look down at you as your vision fades to white as you kick your legs against the ground and you scramble and you can't control yourself from letting out a scream into night, and you hear something moving in the brush around you. You fade out. You fade out, and then you wake up, and you're not in the woods anymore. You're near the woods, but they're not the same woods. This is somewhere different. You can roll a perception if you'd like.
Definitely. He is going to try to see if he's still not himself.
So with a 13, you're on the edge of woodland boundary. There's a house not that far away from you. It's a big long house. It's the kind of house, it's like a large cottage. There's no second floor, it's all one first floor from what you can see. The peaked rooftops, wooden fence, quite a large garden with vegetables, all sorts growing in it. There are some roses there too. A few small little rose bushes out there. Then other types of flowers too. It's odd, you can kind of name them off the top of your head. Rhododendrons and pansies and petunias and chrysanthemum. There's all sorts of different flowers growing in this garden. Uh, get the feeling that you're waiting for something.
Oh, he looks back to the woods. He's breathing heavy. He's nervous. He's scared.
Go back into the woods. You see a shiny, silvery white figure heading towards you.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. One moment I have to roll a thing. Oh, okay, good, good. He takes a step back and he looks to the house, looks back, and starts to run towards the house.
Run towards the house. Run towards the house, and you hop over the fence with an almost practiced ease. And I will say, I forgot to say with a 13, as you look at your hands, they're not your hands, Law. Your hands are dark, but they're not your hands. You're wearing a long cloak and reaches and leather boots of some kind. Run, run towards a low window in this house. As you approach, roll me a stealth with advantage, please.
Okay, what is your stealth? Hmm. So that's the first one. Then
Nice.
that's the second. Is a 22.
Ooh. So a 14 and a 22. Despite the fact that you are running away from this thing and you are probably a little scared, a little panicky, you do manage to do this with grace that you didn't think had in you. You sidle up to the side of this window and um you stand just out of casting your shadow through the window. Um and you wait. You look towards the woods again. You look inside the window.
He looks towards the woods.
Towards the woods. Figure come out of the woods. Just comes out of the woods, and you see at first the pointed snout, the flickering ears, and tall antlers. And then the neck comes out, and then the body comes out, and then the front legs and the back legs, and a white deer comes out from the woods. At you, and without a rush, slowly makes its way over.
He he wants to get inside the house. He's scared. He hopes it's safe there.
You want to get inside the house. Okay. Now, this is where I may ask Katie if I take a little DM roll here.
Go for it.
Because, Law, I know what you want. You want to get away from this thing. You want to get in the house. You want to get safe. But something in you tells you no. You can't. Whoever is in there, you can't go in. And not go in. Not right now. Not with this thing here. You can't risk this thing following you. Not in there. You have to stay here. You feel that dread. You feel that slight fear, that like quickening of your blood as this thing comes towards you. You also feel what's like weird kind of disjointed reverence. Like, how do I describe this? Something like disbelief. This thing comes towards you. And this is where I take a sip of water.
I will say Laura's perspective has changed. And
Mm-hmm.
he remembers that this is a dream, and even if it has consequences, he wants to walk towards the thing. If he can't go inside and he needs to
Mm.
keep it away, he might as well meet it.
Okay. You walk up to this thing. The thing meets you, just about 10 foot away from the window. And you look at it, and it looks presumably at you. It doesn't have any eyes, it doesn't have any features. It's as if someone took the white outline of a deer and filled it with a glowing, radiant light. You can feel whatever the hell this light is coming from this creature.
Hmm.
It looks at you, and looks towards the window,
He
back
kind
at
of,
you, and
yeah, he tilts his head and he's going to reach out to touch its face.
touch it.
He wants to touch it.
This thing steps back, looks at you, and tilts its head. You have summoned me. Why have you summoned me? And Law, you can't help yourself here. You're responding, but it's not you. It's not your voice. And you hear a, I would not have summoned you if I did not have another choice. Why have you summoned me? I am not one to be summoned. And you see a flick of an ear. It looks towards the window and it looks back towards this person. Why have you summoned me? You take a deep breath, Law. Turn your back to this thing. Walk towards the window. This thing follows you. And come up to this window. And inside, you don't have to roll perception. Inside is what looks to be a child's room. There's a small cot of someone in it. There's toys scattered around the place. They're not Aqualian toys. These are like real kind toys. They are wooden, like a wooden sword props near the bed. There's some books. There's a lot of torn up stuff in here. There's a plant pot on the windowsill as well, with a little flower in it. And there are also there's mud and dirt all across this room. And there are also many little plant pots around with little tiny little flowers and things in it. There's probably a watercress somewhere. Um, it's just a kid's room. There is a figure in the bed just below the window, and you can also hear a coming from beneath blankets. And you can't see. You can't see who's under it, but you can feel. You can feel that panic. You can feel that. Oh gosh, you can feel that that is a reason. You know your reason. You know why you called this thing. You didn't want to, but you know why you called this thing.
Yeah.
Turn back towards it.
I will say that he is thinking of his little siblings.
Oh, Law. Oh, sweet baby Law. Towards this thing. You hear yourself say, It's been a week. It's been a week, and no matter what kind of healers we get, they can't. They've never dealt with this before. They don't have the expertise. They say they're going to. They will die. There's nothing they can do. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do to keep him. He's going to die, and I need your help. And the deer in front of you makes no move, makes no noise, no sound, just looks at you, looks at the window, looks back at you. tilts its head once again to the other side. We are not a healer. I know you are not a healer. We are of the wild. Yes, I know you are of the wild. We are of the hunt. Yes, I know. I know this is not something you do. This is outside of your realm. This is not part of. We are the drive. We are. Yes, you're the drive. You, you are the drive inside of people. You are the white heart. You are momentum. You are, you are unfathomable, and you are a legend. And you are a momentum, and I need your help. The creature stops. Takes an ear. Why should we help you? Why? Because I, because I'm your, I am next in line. I am, because I am next. You know, I'm the next one to learn of you. I am next to be one of your my main, main sages. You must know this. I am aware. Then, as a favor, do not do favors. I know you don't do favors. We do not favor anyone. We know you do not favor anyone. Don't do favors. I don't. And this, oh, you feel the frustration, and you feel the tightening in your eyes as you're not crying. You can't cry. You can't cry right now. Just bring a hand up to your cheek and you squeeze your cheek. Make your head a little, and I know that. No, you do not do things for. No one knows why you do what you do. You are. You are anomalous. You don't make sense. You do what you like. But I am asking, as the next sage in line, please do something. Please help my son. Please. And he remains unmoved. There is not a flicker in their expression. There's. I can't really read them.
I know what Laura would try to say.
Before it.
Laura would think, what can I give you?
With that, you see both ears twitch towards you. This deer is looking at you.
He will also follow that up with, if you are the drive of mortals, then you must be driven from. Maybe you might want something from me.
Hmm. This creature, white harp now that you know, tilts its head to the side. To the side again. Back to the side again.
It could be interesting. It could be a fun chase.
Creature kind of leans back. Looks in the window. You hear that coming from under the blanket. And you also hear a quiet coming from under the blanket too. And
Lord will try to take a
it
step
turns out
forward.
won't move away. It's looking into the window. But you will hear, Law. You are not powerful enough to heal them yourselves.
Well, maybe you can do something about that.
And what could you provide to me?
What do you want?
We do not want. We are the heart. We do not want.
Hearts want. You want to chase things. You want to be driven towards things. Is there something that I can help satisfy that? And Lore kind of tilts his head.
Heart looks back at you. You are presumptuous, mortal. You presume that you know. And they
Am I wrong?
shiver. Don't respond to that. Look back in. Look back at you. There is. Look up. If you were to look up, the moon is not full. It is there is a dark crescent out this moon. It looks up. And, its tail flickers. It keeps staring up at the moon as it replies to you. We can offer you. You wish to run?
If it helps.
Wish to be hunted?
If it helps.
And as you say that, you feel something else kind of come over you, Katie. Or another. Sorry, not Katie, Law. Katie. Real kind, real. Damn it. Katie Toonkind, real. Dang. Someone was gonna say it instead of me. Anyway, Law, you feel something come over you and you're speaking words again. You feel, I cannot heal him myself. I am powerful, yes, but I am not whatever you are. God, deity, strange, cryptid. I'm not you. I'm not strong enough. But I am. Yes. Yes, you are. You are. I've said you are. You're strong enough to help him. And I will beg. I will get on my knees and I will beg. I will cut my hair and I will beg. I will chop off the top of my ears and I will beg. Please lend me some of your power just so I can help him. And
Lore feels.
hand that was.
I will say that as this person is saying this, Lore can feel himself echo the sentiment.
And the heart slowly looks back down towards you, Law. Tilts its head back inside towards the sound, the cracking, the crack tick trick slick checking sound, and it says, we are powerful. We can lend you our power. We can assist in, well, we can assist. However, there will be consequences. You hear this, you hear yourself reply, I don't care about the consequences. I will do anything. I will do anything. I will give up anything for him. He is my son, and I will do whatever I need to do. Make sure that he's alive. Make sure that he's okay.
Yeah, there is a thought that comes to Lore's head, and I don't know if he can say it, but he wants to know if the consequences are just for him, or is it for the person they care for in the room.
Don't know. You don't know, actually, Law. You just don't know. You know the consequences. When you speak, the consequences are meant to be. You know, you will take any consequence to make sure that your son, this is your son, this is your son. You want to make sure that he's alive, that he can come through this okay, that he will live on, and you know that the heart can do something about this, and the heart.
Really quick, Lore. But Lore, he feels all of this, and he can't say anything about how much he knows consequences don't pertain to a single individual, and he can't do anything about it in this dream.
You are speaking, but it's. Yeah, you're speaking, but you have no control of the words coming out of your mouth, Law. And, you see the heart in front of you. continued to say, we can channel our power through you, but you will lose your power. Our power is great. We can use it to prevent the decay, prevent the breakdown. We can assist. You will lose. You will lose many things. You will run. You will run for us. How about something else? I have a better idea. You can take all my power. You can take every bit of druidic knowledge I've earned, everything that would make me the next sage. You can take it all. I don't care. But I think maybe we can make this slightly more interesting. How about this? You lend me your power. I channel that power. I make it so you can make it so that my son is okay. In return, I will run from you forever. I will never stop. I will give you the chase that you have been craving. 'Cause how many times do you get to run, to get to chase, to get to hunt yourself? You are always appearing for others. You always appear to start chases, to finish chases. But how many chases have you been on? I bet you. I bet you that I could outrun you. I bet you that I could spend the rest of my life running from you. The figure is perk up. It brightens, almost imperceptibly.
Lore,
You think we can?
Lore feels the corner of his mouth twitch into a smile.
And you see this figure's interest is perked up. You believe you can outrun me? You believe you can outrun us? And there's an almost disbelief in that voice that has been mostly.
Sorry, I'm just like, Lore can feel himself already saying yes.
It's funny because you feel yourself and you feel this other voice just go, yes, yes. I think I can. The heart shakes its head. You cannot outrun me forever. Oh, but what if I can, What if I can outrun you to the ends of the world, If I give you the chase of a lifetime. My lifetime. I will give you my lifetime of a chase. My whole life. The rest of my life I will run from you. And the rest of my life you will chase me. And in return, my son stays alive. The heart puts its head again from side to side. The moon starts to sink down just a little bit in the sky. Chasing you whilst your son stays alive. Interesting. But we have a stipulation. You can feel a slight trickle of trepidation run down your spine, Lore, as it continues. I'll chase you. We shall channel our power through you. Your son will be alive. Your son will live. Your son will have drive. However, should we catch you? Should you falter? Should we keep you? Should you become one of ours? We shall remove our power from your son. For you are no longer there. Magic is no longer sustaining. Should you fail? Should we catch you? Should you falter? Your son's life will be forfeit. Is that agreeable? There is an instinct inside of you that wants to say no. Instinct that just demands you run, demands something else. There has to be something else. You hear from inside the room.
Lore wants to say yes,
wants to say yes.
He knows the
There's another part of
consequences.
you. You want to say yes, and you want to say no. You really want to say no, but if you say no
He can't think of
here
anything
and
else.
now, there is nothing else. You're done. You don't have enough time to figure out anything else. Your son is deteriorating. Your son is deteriorating, and you can't do anything else. You can't find the people responsible. They've already left. Can't find. You can't range. You can't travel far enough to find someone that would know what to do with this. You can't do that. You only know what you know, and you know how to summon the heart.
Mm.
You know, you know what this thing is about. You know what you need. You know what you can give up. You know what you can live as.
In
You
the
know you
back
can
of
live with.
Yeah, in the back of Lore's head, he has an idea though, and he doesn't know if this person had that idea. He assumes potentially, but while you're running, you can find out lots of things. You can learn lots of things. This can
Maybe
give
you
you
can
time to
learn.
find out something else.
Mm. And that little trickle of an idea, it's barely a whisper in the back of their head. There's so much going on in the back of your head, Law, but it's a tiny little trickle. Tiny little dewdrop of a trickle that trickles down the inside of your head and settles somewhere out of your sight. It's in there, but it's not in your view right now. As you sigh and look at your hands, unfreckled, and yeah, you sigh, you look back inside of the window, look back towards this thing, and you head over to stand directly outside the window until your shadow casts a shadow inside of the room, and the moon blocks out the figure underneath the blankets, the worn old brown blanket that smells slightly like charcoal even from here. And look back. The heart. You hold out your left hand towards the heart. And you nod. I will run from you from the rest of my life. And for every moment I'm away, my son will be alive. Should I falter, should you capture me for longer than a day, then I will be yours. May you retrieve your magic from my son. And and that will be that. And the creature nods towards Rabia. This shall begin at sunrise. Until then, look at the figure inside and look back at you, Law. Until then, it should begin. You feel your right hand stretch out through into the window. Your left hand towards the forehead of this deer, and it steps forward. It's your hand. And roll me a con save.
Yes. Okay, that should be. It's a 14.
Roll me again, please.
Mm-hmm. That's an 18.
Okay. So, Law, you feel something flow through you, and it's hot, and it's cold, and it's dark, and it's light, and it's bright, and it's dim, and it's so much. It sets your blood pumping, energizes you. You're filled with adrenaline. Mind goes haywire. You go haywire and you feel foreign magic enter you. And you feel your magic. That deep, deep well, that root, that seed of magic you've had since you were young, that your sages have trained you to use, have taught you to use, have helped you grow and nurture into a sturdy, sturdy pillar you can rely on. Feel those foundations start to break. You feel those foundations start to crumble, and you feel this power uproot yours and sweep it out of your body. You feel your left hand burn. You feel your right hand tinkle as this energy seeps out into the room. It seeps out, and it's so much. And more, you feel this disconnect. You feel this disconnect, and it's not your body anymore. You're just here. You're in this body, but this is not your body. This is not happening to you. But you can feel it. You can feel the pain. You can feel this weird high. This it's great and it hurts and it's awful and it's amazing and you buckle, almost buckle your knees, but you knock and you're not falling. You cannot fall. You cannot have this misdirect. You cannot lose a single ounce of this energy as you pass it through the window into this room, into the child in this bed. Something shatter. And your eyes go white, and as the last trickling trail of white, dark, bright light magic seeps out of you, you let your knees buckle. And you fall to your knees and you gasp. And the white heart, you can see the glow on your left of the white heart just start to fade slightly. And it nods its head. You can't see it, but you know that's what it does. You hear it say, "Lead, feed, hunter and hunted. Begin by sunrise. Good luck."
Floor wants to get to his feet, and he already knows he wants to run.
On, get up right now. You want to get up, you want to get up, you want to run, but you can't.
He wants to so bad, but he's so tired.
It's something you have to do. No, you can't. You can't just leave. You can't just leave your wife with no explanation. You can't. So many things you want to do. There's so many things you should do, but there's one thing you know you need to do. As this white light fades away from you, you reach underneath your cloak. You pull out with a trembling hand and a slightly dirt-stained piece of parchment. Lay there on your knees. And you put the paper on your knees and you write. You write a letter. You fold it up and you reach up and you grasp the windowsill. Pull yourself to your knees and they're shaking and God, you want to collapse, but you can't. You can't now. You have until sunrise and you can't stop. You need to get ready. You need to go. Because you know that the heart doesn't joke around with these things. When they hunt, they hunt. You look inside of this bedroom window, perhaps for the last time, and you see a figure under the blankets. No noise. There is a slight. Now you hear a slight with the clicking. And you see that you have been an accident, but you've knocked that plant pot off of the windowsill. He's gonna be really angry. That sunflower was doing really well. He's gonna be so damn angry that you knocked it off. Damn it, you can't apologise. He's not gonna know what's going on. And you're just gonna stumble away, stumble around the house. Your best, use the wall to keep you up, and you're going to go to the front door. You're going to sneak in. You're going to leave the note on the mantelpiece next to a shard, something black. You'll take one last look around your house. The large rocking chair, that rug near the hearth, at the many comfortable places on the floor for you to flop down, read a book, where you used to cuddle with your wife, at where you used to sit with your son and teach him how to throw, teach him how to play poker, and you get the feeling this slow resignation, this slow dread, this is probably gonna be the last time you see this place for a while. Maybe ever. You take a good look,
I do
and
know
then you sneak
something.
back out.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
do know something that Laura would want to do before they leave, and I don't know if this is something you like or not.
For it. What would you like to do?
They still have that knife, right?
Hmm? A knife is secured to your hip. You don't go anywhere without it.
Can they cut their hair and leave it?
Hmm. Well, you can try if you want.
Because that, for whatever reason, feels right, so he wants to try.
We'll say. And if you're trying to cut the hair from the base, something will stop you. Can't can't cut it all off. That's didn't you didn't do anything. You haven't done anything wrong. There's no need to cut it all off. Like this was a right thing to do. You don't have to cut your hair. You don't have to cut it short. You can you can cut off a lock, maybe. Just something. You didn't do anything wrong. You don't need to cut it all off, but you can cut off a lock. Just a bit.
It feels
Just a
right
little
to
memory.
leave something for the spouse, for their spouse. He wants to leave something.
If you want, you can cut off a little lock of hair, but
He
I
wants to.
mean, go for it. Just can't. You know you can't cut off everything. Because you're not ashamed of what you've done. You don't regret this.
He does not regret this, but
You don't
he
regret this.
remembers his father left hair. It's how he knows it was the same color before he lost his sight. It's a sea color. That's what his parents say. And if this is a kid, shouldn't they know something of their mother?
Well, you can. I'm just gonna say you cut off a lock then, and you leave it on a piece of paper. And as you do, leave that on the mantelpiece next to the shining black stone, and you can't stay. You know you can't stay. It's really tempting to stay, but you know you can't. You have to go. So you turn around and you make your way out the front door to the waning moonlight. The law corners of your vision turn white, and you feel like this is the beginning of something. You don't know what, but something starts here and something ends here too.
Something inside Lore, he knows that this is probably not the person he is seeing through, but part of Lore feels excited for an ending and a beginning, for a new story. And yet part of him also hates that feeling.
And you go ahead.
Oh, no, I just know that for your person, if they want to see something, they can.
Oh, yeah. What would you want me to roll?
Roll perception on their end. Where are they right now? Are they where Lore is? Are they seeing what Lore is also?
Law is still in this body. Actually, Law can also roll a perception if they want.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, my person rolled a 21.
My person rolled an 8. This is mainly
Oh, you
for
can.
them.
Okay. Well, the 8, your hands hurt. And keep wanting to go and touch your left hand, but you pull your hand away. It hurts a lot. You're gonna have to do something with these later, because you don't know what the hell kind of magic that was that flowed through you. You're gonna need to wrap these later, you think. Um, I rolled a 21 for my end.
Um, so I know who this is. Should I say their name?
That is completely up to you.
Cool. Rabia, do you still find yourself in that clearing with the water while Lore had this separate dream? Oh no! Do! We shall wait. They're probably having connectivity issues, so we shall wait. Anyway, hi y'all. There's a do. Hi, do. Oh, there they go again. I think their internet is having struggles again. So, technical difficulties, just hang on.
Hello.
There they are. Hi, do. Is your internet being a butt again?
Okay. Apparently, the dream world just decided to just do something. Dreamland said no.
Dreamland said
Um,
no.
so sorry. What did you say?
Mm. So, is Lore having a separate dream while Rabia is still in that clearing, or was it shared?
No, no. This is a shared thing. However, if you want, we can fade out from this and end up back near the brook.
Yeah, let's see. As they walk away, I think Rabia sees themselves continue, but they're standing behind watching themselves walk away.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And what do they do seeing this?
Uh, shivers running down their spine. Uh, they tense. They put a hand to their hip on their knife. They, they don't draw it, but they keep it at the ready. And I'm gonna roll a stealth because they're gonna follow this thing. They don't know what this is. They don't know what the hell is going on, but they are following behind. 56.
As they follow, they get to the woods, I'm guessing, and the woods quickly turn into a different kind of white. This is not the heart. And
Oh.
do with that perception, perception, um, you see something else as you turn around, looking around yourself, trying to look for cover. There is nothing. It is just blank everywhere.
Mm, she does not like this. She does not like this at all. This point, she's not got her cloak. She can't hide. She she doesn't even have her gloves. She's got no cloak. She's got no gloves. She, gosh, she lifts her hand. No, she can't because she needs that hand. She can't. She tucks she tucks her left hand behind her slightly. She doesn't have a cloak. She can't hide it under the cloak, but she clenches her left hand and points to the side, the soft side near her pinky. She holds that just close to her body, and she tenses up.
as she tenses, her perspective suddenly changes, and she sees that face covered in words for just a moment before their perspective changes again, and they're seeing through that person's eyes. And they see the white heart. And these two people aren't talking so much as just in the same space. And they feel themselves look out. And they see a small village, but it's not necessarily like they're there, more of like they're looking down at it. Like if by magic. And they feel a different feeling of needing to go, but for different reasons. Do they do anything?
Gosh. She is not in her body. She doesn't know where she is. The heart is there. I think she's probably going to try and run. I'm not gonna lie, because the heart is right there. And her immediate instinct is run away.
Mm, they can't run, but they know at the same time that this is not the heart. This is just a dream. They're not, or is this a memory? They're not sure, but it's not real, not in this moment. But you also feel the need of needing to know what something's like. It will be for the best. And then it all fades away.
Okay. Um, they are just. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Take your time.
So sorry, I had someone come in.
No, you're fine. Do they try?
Did you say again?
As everything fades away, do they try to do anything?
They probably try to perceive and see what the hell is going on, because they, gosh, they just need to know what the hell is going on. The white heart, yes, it's a dream, but dreams are never just dreams, especially when the heart's there. That they know this, they can't trust this, so they need to know. So now 20 on a perception.
Wonderful. As things fade away, you know that maybe it's not an agreement, but an understanding has been reached between these two people. You're not quite sure what it is, but there is an understanding that has been, a conclusion has been met.
Okay, she has thoughts now. Cool. Yup. Okay, she's going to have a think. She's just gonna try and freaking remember what this person looks like.
It's kind of hard to remember. You know kind of what they look like. They had darker skin with words on it, and pale eyes, and they had piercings, but what their exact features looked like are kind of vague. And you're left with like the scent of parchment and books and ink, and you're also left with the fading sensation of needing to know so bad what something is like.
Well, she doesn't know what that is. And man, she's just trying to remember this, all of these feelings, everything. She wants to get away from this figment of her heart, but she also wants to know what's going on. She wants to. God, many conflicts in her right now.
I gotta roll a thing because you got a nat 20.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. As everything
mean, if you
fades away,
want.
you see that figure looking at you, the one that it has the words on their skin.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem surprised. And they also look around. And then they look back at you, and you feel seen.
Oh. Oh, gosh. That sets alarm bells in her head.
You feel like they
She.
know your story.
Oh. Yeah. She doesn't like that. Doesn't turn her back. She steps away as far as she can. She wants to turn her back and run, but she can't turn her back on the heart. She's not stupid.
Yeah,
She's
this
not that
isn't.
stupid.
Yeah, this isn't the heart though. But you know that they talked to them.
Ah, I may have misunderstood. I thought the heart was here.
Oh no, this is the person with words on their skin.
Right. Sorry, I've misunderstood. I thought the
Oh,
heart was standing next to this
no,
person.
you are
That's why I
dead.
was like, they're freaked out by the heart. But if the
Yeah.
heart's not here, they're just gonna look at this person. I'm gonna
Mm.
stand and they're gonna clench their hands. And
This person isn't that tall, but they feel tall.
hmm,
Maybe they are tall. You're not sure their height. It feels like it could be anything. But as they look at you, they look like they want to take a step forward, but they hesitate. And as you look at them, you see new words wrap around their skin.
hmm.
You see your
Oh,
name on one of those sentences. You see your son's name on one of those sentences. You see Cole's name on one of those sentences. That's your story.
hmm. I know what's running through her head right now. I know what she's gonna do. She's gonna take one step closer. She's not in arm's reach. She's slightly closer to this person, and she's going to ask. Um, she's going to ask with her eyes looking directly into this person's eyes. She's going to take a breath. She's going to ask, "Well, tell me, you know how this all ends?"
Hmm. This person kind of looks at you, and you get the feeling in this place it is completely neutral. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just neutral. It almost feels kind of nice.
She doesn't trust nice.
Yeah, it's.
Not right now.
Doesn't you know that here. You don't know why, but the heart can't see you here.
She knows for sure the heart can't see her here. She might. Her shoulders, which were tense, and the hand on her knife, shoulders might relax slightly. The hand will loosen on the grip on the knife around her hip. She's not taking her hand off. She's just resting it casually, like one would on the hilt of a sword.
This person has words on their lips, quite literally, and as they go to speak, they hesitate. And you get this person's face that has neutral twitches with something with emotion, and they seem kind of pleased and startled by it, and they smile, and it's a soft smile, and they look down at you and they say, I don't know the ending of stories anymore, but I would love to find out.
Rabia. Hmm. Rabia? Just, man. Anymore? So you knew before, you don't know now.
Every story has lots of endings, but I do know some people who wished for the best. and I'll see if they'll help. But I can make no promises. I don't have
I
that
don't.
power anymore.
I. I mean, no offense to whatever. I imagine some sort of being greater powers. I don't know if you're. I don't know what you are, but whatever help you're offering, I think it would be best if you did not meddle in more mortal affairs.
They.
Whatever you know.
You hear a chuckle, and it's really soft, but it kind of echoes all around you. This entire place you are is them. And they just look at you and they say, oh, well, I think that pertains more to me than you would think. But I cannot help what he does. Good luck. And it all goes away. And if this was a dream, you start to wake up.
Before it all fades out, her eyes are going to narrow and she's going to say, "What do you mean? What do you mean, him?" And just as she says him, yeah, it would fade out. And, hey, I guess at this point, Law would wake up.
Yeah. And Lore sits up carefully.
Mm-hmm.
He can hear the birds. He knows it's morning.
Mm-hmm.
And as he looks down, he notices he's already grabbed his journal. And he looks around and it's lighter than it was a second ago. A lot lighter. And he looks back down at the page and he has his pen in it. And there's words on the pages already. He wrote down the dream and does not remember it. And he just closes it very quickly and tosses it back in his backpack and stares at it. He didn't want to write that.
But you have it now, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is you've written, that's there now. That's yours.
He didn't recognize the handwriting, and that's what makes him nervous.
Mm.
And it just kind of ends the floor there. Does Rabia do anything on their side?
Well, I rolled a con save. That was a 14. So she wakes up. She sits up. And she instinctively reaches for her knife. The dagger, her loyal, ever trustworthy dagger, blade unblunted. She holds it, a sideways grip, and she darts around. What are they here? Did they get here? Did she oversleep? Did she take too much of a chance? She shouldn't have slept that long. She's an elf, she doesn't need to sleep long, but she should not have slept that long. She looks around and the house is empty. One of her hideouts. One with tiny little play desk next to the big desk. She sighs as she sits up from the office desk, the office chair, the really old creaky leather office chair, and she sighs and she rubs her face and she takes deep breaths and her eyes, she does not close her eyes for long. She looks around. No one here. She looks out of the window. Quick look around. There's no one else. There's no one there. The hole in the window is still there. Nothing new. Everything is as it was. She checks all of her bag pockets. She checks all of her pockets. Everything is where it is. Everything is where it needs to be. There's nothing on. There's nothing added. Most importantly, nothing has been added. That's good. And she
I will say,
sighs.
for for some flavor, as she rummages through her pockets, she pulls out that letter from Lorem, from when they first met, and she remembers seeing him in the dream.
Mm.
And that was weird. It wasn't like it was normally.
She usually has better control when she does dream. When this was very different. And different for her. She can roll with punches, but this is a whole new level of different. And she needs she doesn't need to address this right now. She doesn't need to address this right now. She can deal with this later. She has so many other things. She needs to check. She needs to make sure everything is set up. She needs to make her traps set up properly. She needs to make sure that she has time, and she needs to check. She needs to check the board. She's got so much to do, and she shoves the letter back in her pocket, and she stands up. She grabs her bag, and she goes to climb out of the window. But before she does, she pauses and looks back at a kiddie play desk. The bright green and blue and red and yellow colours, and the blocky desk, very old, and the blocky chair, child-sized, and beat up and scratched with little bits of like crayon and marker pen staining it. She looks at that for a few seconds longer than she probably should, before shaking her head. She's not going to bother with her disguise today. She's busy. She has to go. And so she hops out of the window, and her red hair flies out, and her green eyes look around, sharp and alert, and her skin, dark brown, warms in the sunlight, and she sets off. She's got things to do today, and whatever happened in that dream, that could be addressed at a later time. She doesn't have time for that. We'll keep that in mind. She will remember that. It's not something she's like to forget anytime soon.
And then, yeah, I think that's a good place to end, unless you have anything to add.
Man.
Hee hee.
Man. Yeah. Yeah, this was a thing.
This is fun.
Whoosh. It flop onto my back. And I
hope
flail.
you had a good time.
Sure had a time. There was one dream sequence I didn't get to use, but you know what? We could save that for another time.
Another time is always good.
Yeah.
I look
Screw
at you
it.
and wiggle.
I look back at you and I shake. But yeah, this is probably where we should stop our recordings and say thank you to everyone present listening and
Yes.
everyone in the future listening.
Thank you so
This
much.
was a time.
It was a
Thank you for
time.
listening. It was.
Yeah. Have a good time zone.
Thanks, Goodbye.
Bye.